Hi, I'm Clever Ghoul, but you can call me Nikki. And this week, we're making some cyanotype prints. Hi! Let me show you the supplies.
Cyanotype is typically sold as a chemical set that you have to measure and mix yourself. However, for this project, I used cyanotype pre-treated fabric sheets that are much less of a hassle. I knew I wanted to do botanical prints, so I purchased a few bunches of different flowers at Trader Joe's earlier in the week. If you use fresh flowers, you should avoid putting them in water when you get home for a couple of reasons. First, you want the flowers to dry out a bit so you can see more of the details in your print. And second, any water on the pre-treated fabric can interfere with the developing process.
So when you take out the sheets, they look like this. You want to do this in an area where there isn't sun and then move it to the sun once you have it all laid out. I'm also going to be using this lid to try and maybe hold down some of the flowers because it's probably the best move here. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but we're going to figure it out. So I'm going to start arranging.
For the first print, I was really testing this process and how it worked, so I went with a simple layout. As you can see, I placed that glass lid on top to try and press down the flowers, but I noticed it was creating a big shadow that I knew would show up on my print, so after 3 minutes, I removed it and hoped for the best. The instructions said to lay these out for 15 minutes to get full exposure, which is what I did. On my second attempt, I wanted to make a circular sort of pattern. I also used a large piece of plexiglass to hold down the flowers this time. Unfortunately, once I laid down the plexiglass, I realized some of the piece was in shadow, but I didn't want to move it and risk losing this layout or messing up the print. Again, this sat out for 15 minutes. For my third attempt, I wanted the sheet to have flowers all over, so I used all 3 of the flowers I had with me and laid them out to my liking. This is where I noticed that the stock flowers still had water in them, resulting in some opaque shapes instead of detailed prints like the other flowers.
Okay, so now that we've made some prints, we are going to go inside and wash them out.
To develop the prints, you need to submerge them in cool water for at least 5 minutes, changing the water out periodically. This was so hard to film because I needed both in my hands, so this is the best I could get. I'm so sorry for the potato quality. The prints needed to air dry and further oxidize for 24 hours after being rinsed. Here they are after 24 hours of drying. I'm really pleased with how they came out and I want to do more. But what do I do with them now? I think I will cut up one to make bookmarks, and I want to potentially embroider designs on top of the others. Maybe that can be a separate video. What do you think? Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.